G'day guys, how are we going? Well, here we are, back for 2021. Been a while since last had a chat with you guys, so thought we'd get the live chats going again. It's been what, 6 weeks or something since we last chat. G'day Frank, how you going there, mate? Happy New Year, and hopefully it's all going all right. So assuming you can hear me all loud and clear, all good out there. So what's been going on over the last sort of 6 weeks? Hope you all had a good Christmas, got through Chrissy all right, rolled into the new year, and 2021's here. So yeah, let's get it going, and hopefully we're going to all have a good one. G'day guys, Greg, Daniel, Cook, Colin, how you going there, mate? Thanks very much, guys, for coming in there tonight. Appreciate everyone coming in there. So funny, how you going there, mate? And Luke, just camped tonight, Brunton's Bridge. That's not a bad spot, just out of Walhalla down there on the river down there. Good spot, mate. How many nights were you down there just for the night? That's not a bad spot down there. I haven't been down there for a little while, but yeah, Brunton's Bridge, good spot there, mate. G'day, Scott. How you going there, mate? And Steve. G'day, guys. Mark and all those guys. Chris. Everyone's there. Dale's coming in. How are we going? So what's everyone been doing over the time last sort of 6 weeks? Did you all get away? And hopefully you did be able to get away for a few days and enjoy some time off after the year we've just had. But anyway, we're going to forget about the last year and we're going to move on to a cracking year and get on and have a good one. Let's hope it's a good one there for everyone that's coming through. G'day, Michael. Mark, how are you, mate? Thanks so much for dropping in there tonight. Luke, just the one night. Yeah, right, 20 minutes from home. That's not too bad there. You must be sort of around my area here, around that traffic area, because it'd probably be a bit longer for me to get there, maybe about half an hour 40, but not too much longer behind you for 20 minutes. But that's not a bad spot down there at Bruns Bridge. I'm glad you have a good time down there. G'day, Frank. How are you, mate? It's going to be a ripper year. Look, let's hope it is, mate. We're off to a fly already. Let's hope it is a good one. And it's a very different year to what we had this time last year. Vic High Country was on fire and burning, and all sorts of cars was going on this time last year. But we've had a very different summer compared to last year. Certainly haven't had the heat waves and that we had like we did last year. So that's a good thing. So, everything's sort of up and running. People are getting away, having a great time, and that's really good to see. G'day, Dave. How are you there, mate? Luke, you went up to there, Toon Gabby. That's good, mate. Not bad up there at all. Not a bad spot. Steve, Lake Fries, where's that for the long weekend? Amazing, beautiful place. Then just home from Swan Hill. Oh, yeah? Righto, Swan Hill. Gee, should be... reckon you've had a few hot days up there over Swan Hill, mate. Went to a wedding right up in the Murray River. That would be nice, up there in the Murray River, mate. Good, gorgeous spot. That sounds like a cracking spot. I need to go and do a few trips up and down the Murray River, I reckon. I haven't been over that way sort of for a little while. But I'm sort of hoping, once these borders start opening up a bit more, which looks like they're slowly starting to come good, especially in New South Wales. I want to do a few runs up through there and up that Snow River country is where I want to try and get up to. Probably in March, somewhere up there, once the weather gets a little bit cooler. So I'll probably head up around that way, I reckon. G'day, Mike, Andrew. How are you, mate? Been up around Woods Point. That's not a bad spot either. Good spot up there. Michael, how you going there, mate? A few nights at Narooma up in New South Wales coast. I haven't been up Narooma for many years, but that's a cracking spot up through there. Well, up through there was hit pretty hard last year with fires up through that way too. So yeah, not too bad up there at all. Nice spot up there on the coast. Seagull Squirrel went to Walhalla Australia weekend. Caught in Cooper's Creek and Cooper's Creek, fortunately, it gets pretty bad down there sometimes, mate. Sorry that sort of experience, but unfortunately it can be a bit like that, which is a real shame. Mark went to Arkaroola, to Moree and Birdsville and back. Awesome trip. Geez, that would have been some pretty hot days up there, I reckon, mate, especially this time of year, heading through central Australia. So, yeah, it'll be pretty warm, that's for sure. G'day, Archie. How are you? How you going there, mate? How's the good joints? Know any good joints to camp that have phone service? Well, because I try and find the ones that don't have phone service. But look, there's a few around, but depends whether you're Optus and Telstra too. So if you're Optus, your options are fairly limited, unless you're going to stay in a caravan park or something like that. But camping in the high country with phone reception's pretty limited. Look, I had some pretty good phone service on some of those trips I did up Lacola, up the Lacola Road up there, up in the Howard High Plains. Phone service wasn't too bad up there, but yeah, pretty limited, mate, to where you're going to get phone reception anywhere if you go in the high country. G'day, yes, sir. What's going there, mate? Very inspired for your content. Thanks very much. Greatly appreciating what's coming through there. Big year coming up. G'day, Dodgy Doe 3 GU. What's going there, mate? All the best for 2021. Been preparing the patrol for a year. For a year Oz trip. That'll be unreal. When you're planning to head away, mate, that'll be a great trip. Hopefully it all gets going there for you, mate, so you can do that big lap around Australia. A few people I know are actually thinking about, and even some sort of looking to do that sort of thing at the moment, hitting the road and just enjoying some time on the road. So that'd be pretty good if you can get that going. G'day, Frank. Enjoy the long weekend over the Ovens River, Wangarattaway. Yeah, trying to start the year off right. I think we're all trying to start that year off right. And Wangarattaway, yeah, nice spot up there on the Ovens River, mate. Yeah, good spot over there, that's for sure. G'day, Phil. What's that? Some nice chats here in Adelaide. Quarantine. Thanks for the breath of fresh air. Look. Hopefully, I think you're going all right over there in Adelaide at the moment. It's just hit the fan in Perth tonight, so I don't know what's going to happen over in WA, but we'll see what happens over there. But we're rolling pretty all right for the moment, which is a good thing. G'day, Chad. If you could enlarge any animals to the size of a horse, what would you enlarge? I don't know. Just a horse is good enough for me if I haven't actually been on a horse for a while. So wouldn't mind probably getting back on again and going for a bit of ride. Thinking about doing some of the tour rides over that Mansfield side. But yeah, I don't know. That's an unusual one. I'll have to think about that one, mate. I'll maybe get back to you. G'day, Liam. Back in lockdown here in WA, yeah. So we'll be watching heaps of your vids. Thanks, mate. Hopefully you're not in lockdown for long. I think it's only sort of a short-term thing for a few days or something for the moment to see what's going to happen, but let's hope it doesn't get out of hand over there. That would be really good. Sterling, just back from a little solo camp up near Marysville. That's a nice spot up through Marysville. Again, haven't been up through there for a little while. Head across from there, across the Woods Point. That nice little trip across the Woods Point from Marysville. All good country all up through there. And that got pretty, hit smashed with bushfires there in 09, that's for sure. Big time up through that way, but all good now. Dodgy leaving mid-March. Oh, yeah, right. That'll be nice. Good time to get away. And if you're going to do that big lap around Australia, mate, hopefully GU goes all right for you and you get that big lap in, mate. And hopefully the borders are going to be open for you so you can travel from state to state nice and freely. That'll be pretty good. Daniel, you should do a trip up to Echuca and do some fishing up there on the Murray. Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind, doing a few runs up there along that Murray River. It's been a while since I've sort of been over there sort of that way and done any decent sort of trips up the Murray. But yeah, there's certainly some great spots. I know a few people have been up there over Christmas, and some of the spots have been camped on the Murray. Absolutely glorious spots, that's for sure. Really, really nice country. So you might have to look into some spots to go up there. Mark was hot in Birdsville, but 100% worth it. Heading back to your Uluru in Feb. Can't wait to get out, get enough. Yeah, righto. There's certainly going to be some hot times be heading up in Central Australia, especially up through Uluru, mate. But you have a cracking time. Doesn't matter where you're going. Just have a great time, safe one. That's the main one. George, how are you, mate? No wonder I haven't been able to find you on Wednesday nights. Yeah, mate. We moved from Wednesday nights to now Sunday nights, mate, 7:30. So make sure you see if you can drop in on Sunday nights. That'd be good. Good to hear you tonight. Anyway, that's one good thing there, mate. What's that? Number 12, he's calling himself. Hey, mate, going to Fraser Island on the 8th of Feb. Haven't been for 20 years. Well, Fraser Island, look, that's a cracking place here. Been there a couple of times now. And, mate, you have a great time. And hopefully you're going to spend enough. Got a few days spare where you can spend up there at Sandy Cape. Try and knock out a couple of nights out there. Absolutely fantastic place. Sandy Cape up there on Fraser Island. You absolutely love it. Doug, no go up here. Biggest wet for a few years. Come up here in the end of April, Lorella Springs. I was actually watching the Ultra Adventure guys there in Lorella Springs right now and doing a series up through there. Yeah, it would be amazing to see that Lorella Springs. It'd be pretty good to get up there at some stage and go and have a good look around up there. There's certainly no shortage of land. Well, they reckon I think there's more land there than what's in the size of the Northern Territory alone. So massive piece of land, Lorella Springs, that's for sure. G'day, Jeff. How are you there, mate? When's my next Avoca trip planned? I'm not sure when you're going to be going, but hopefully when you go, it's going to be a good one. Simple Handyman. G'day, mate. How are you? It was lovely to meet you on the way up to Craig's Hut about 3 years ago. Was that about three years ago? Yeah, righto. Still up around the Pie Crawl Still up there. What's that? Still up for the pike crawl. Always up for a pike crawl, mate. If you know any good bakeries, any new ones that I haven't been to, yeah, always up for something there. But always good to run into people too. I ran into a few. Some of those, recent trips that I've done, the travel ones, through Mansfield and Sheepyard Flat and up to Lake Cobbler and that sort of thing. Great country. Yeah, good run into a few people during those trips, which was good to see. Good to see a few people getting out and about. But even still, it was pretty surprising to see how quiet even some of the tracks were during those times. But there were weekends on some of them, so yeah, still some people getting out, but things are still a little bit quiet at the moment. Getting dirty, what's going there, mate? Did Dargo Lacola via Billy Goats the other weekend. Great track to tackle, and those views, yeah. Keen to do Blue Rag track next. If you haven't done Blue Rag, mate, yeah, try and get up there because that is fantastic country up on top of Blue Rag. I came down Billy Goats with a few mates only a few weeks ago. I didn't film that one, but came down Billy Goats there, and yeah, she's in good nick after the dozer went over it. Got all those sort of bad spots all sorted out, but hey, it'll come back again. But at the end of the day, it's still a fantastic track, and yeah, can't get enough of those views up there. They're pretty amazing, I reckon. So yeah, good country, that's for sure. Okay, George. I'm waiting for my GU patrol, which I'll be acquiring in the next few weeks. Awesome. Already thinking where I'll point it. Yeah, as long as you've got some trips in mind, mate. Plus, of course, the usual accessories. Get a few bits and pieces on it, mate, and you obviously got some ideas on where you're going to go and travel around it. So that's awesome, mate. That'll be good if you get it going and get out there and explore the great country in the mighty GU. Great rigs. Ross, thanks, mate, for coming in. How's the patrol going? Mate, absolutely loving the patrol, the new setup. I need to do probably a bit of a follow-up video on it because it's been sort of about, 6-8 weeks now since I made the big changes and pulled everything out of it. But, geez, it's fantastic. I'm absolutely loving it. I've tweaked up a few little things with it, but, yeah, the boxes are working well. Back seats out of it. I love it where the fridge is now. Just open the back door and straight in. None of this climbing up on the rear bar, how I used to have to do it in the past. But, yeah, I'm loving the setup. It's fantastic. And one thing I have done, the cargo barrier thing that I made up, which was just a bit of security door mesh. It was a bit flimsy, so I've had a frame now put right around the outside of it. Just an alloy frame with a couple of centre ribs down the middle of it, and now it's fantastic, really good. Still lightweight, weighs nothing, but yeah, the whole setup's absolutely fantastic. Love it, really good. Dada, have you done much beach camping along 90 Mile Beach? No, I've never been. Do you know I've never been down the 90 Mile Beach? No, never been down that sort of that way at all. Sort of been Paynesville and through the Lakes Entrance and that sort of thing, plenty of times. But I've never been down to 90 Mile. So yeah, wouldn't mind. Must get down there too. So many places to go and see. That's the problem. Is just endless on the options and where you can certainly go. That's for sure. Where do we get there? Skewy's videos. Skewy's videos. Any recommendations on tracks from Bright to Omeo, out of Omeo, and home through Dargo Lacola? Oh, it's endless, really, mate, on where you can go from Bright out to Omeo, and then Dargo Lacola. Yeah, probably have to. Yeah, it's endless, really, where you can go, especially Dargo Lacola. Yeah, your Blue Rags or Billy Goats, and or up down through Wanagatta and up to Howard Eye Plains and in Lacola that way. Yeah, there's so many options you can go. Depends how many days and time you've really got, I suppose, on where you're going to go with that one. Number 12 back again. Here talking about GU to taking the GU to Fraser, and yes, heading to Sandy Cape, and yes, we'll have a pie on the way up. Make sure you drop into the bakery, mate, because it is absolute crack of the bakery there on Fraser Island. Thanks for the great content, mate. Greatly appreciate that. And yeah, that's ace if you're going to spend, try and spend a couple of nights up there at Sandy Cape. It's absolute gold up there. You'll absolutely love it. Yeah, great spot. Chad, what would you recommend good tracks for beginners fall driving? I'm getting asked this one a little bit just of late, and maybe you need to probably do some sort of video with this, but I always recommend heading over that Mansfield side. I've got a couple of videos there which would certainly cover entry-level drivers. Anywhere sort of up around number 3 down, Pineapple Flat, along the King River, up to Lake Cobbler. A lot of talk about too, which a lot of people aren't aware of, and that's the old staircase between, as you head from King Hut up to Lake Cobbler. Staircase is not there anymore. It was bulldozed way back in 2006-7 when the bushfires were going through the high country way back then. Bulldozer was flattened the old staircase, so trucks could get up and down there very, very easily. So It's still on the maps, unfortunately, because, old print, can't change those things. But the old staircase along that track has 100% gone, and it is so easy getting through there now. So there's that's certainly a good drive going through there up to Lake Cobble. Check out the waterfalls. One of those recent trips that I've just done. Yeah, fantastic country. So anywhere over that side, mate, certainly worth going to have a look for entry levels. Really, really good. Simple Handyman. Steve, how you going there, mate? Good to see you dropping in. Simple Handyman, that was 3 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, righty. Spell check. There were a few people at Craig's Hut seeing your full drives and seeing that your full drive has not now given me a few ideas. Well, yeah, looks plenty of ideas going on with my GU, mate. There's plenty of options going on with that. Yeah, look, there was a few up there at Craig's when we were there, but we stayed up staying the night after that video that I did, that I finished up sort of in the car park at Craig's. We ended up staying the night there, and I've stayed up there a couple of times now, and staying up there at Craig's is absolutely fantastic. Not many people stay up there, and that's probably one of the good things about it. You can camp up there just under the snow gums there, or down that big clearing near Craig's. Fantastic staying up there. Sunrise and sunsets, absolute knockout if they're your thing. But yeah, we had a great night, especially this time of year. The nights up there are absolutely amazing. So try and camp up there if you're going to head up to Craig's. Well worth it, that's for sure. Dave, follow-up video would be good. About to give the tub thing a go. Back with the Prado. Yep. After seeing your changes. Yeah. Look, again, the tubs aren't for everyone, but again, you've got to set it up to suit yourself, mate. And but I find them fantastic. And then this whole thing, what I did with the Patrol, which I'm still not finished with pulling weight out of it, was all geared around weight. And I've designed what I've got now is about getting weight out of it. And there is no way I'm going to go putting drawers back in it again when they're anywhere from 60, 70, 80 kilo before you even put a knife and fork in it. So, and I like the fact that I can pull the boxes out very, very easily. And, then I've got nothing carrying around in the back, when I'm just driving around, normal time. So, yeah, the boxes for me works an absolute treat. So have a think about it, mate. And, but they're certainly a good thing to have a look at, that's for sure. G'day, Ross. How do you rate the HEMA HX1? Well, I can't really rate it all, mate, because I don't have one. I know the HEMA brand has been around for a long, long time. I really can't tell you too much about them. I don't have any GPS operations at all as far as the high country goes. But, when I start doing some interstate stuff and Central Australia stuff, that's when I'll see look at GPSs. But, yeah, sorry, I can't really tell you much about the HEMA HX1, mate. But as far as HEMA, the brand goes, been around a long, long time. So I'd say they're probably not a bad thing. I used to have the old HEMA Navigator years ago, but like tiny little one. It's a lot smaller screen than what the HX1 is, and that was a great unit then. But, yeah, so I'm not really sure what they're like at the moment, mate. Bobby, loving the content. What's the next mod on the Patrol and where to next? Next mod on the Patrol, well, I'm probably getting close to being done as far as mods go, mate. Might be making a few changes in the front end yet, which just to get some more weight again out of that front end. But we'll see what happens with that. I'm working on a couple of options there at the moment. So, but as far as mods go, the Patrol's pretty much done. There could be a suspension change going to happen on it too, sort of shortly. Working on that too at the moment. Because after all the weight came out of the back of it, that she's pretty harsh ride with some of those recent trips that I've done. It's pretty harsh to ride on it. The springs are sort of pretty hard for that setup I've got now because you got to think about it. I've pulled best part of close to 300 kgs out of the back of it, and it rode beautifully with all that gear in it. It was absolutely magnificent. But now, she's lifted up a bit. All the weight's gone off the back, and she's a bit harsh. So there's a suspension change in the wind too coming up on that shortly. More on that as we go forward, but it's going to be pretty good. Go, Kath, how you going there? Missed the staircase. Yeah, look, so do I. It was a great section. I actually never got to drive it in my GU, but before the GU, as I've mentioned some of the other past videos, you used to have an old D22 Navara, and that was the last time I drove it. Was in the old D22. You had to crawl through there, and it wasn't a long section. It was only sort of about maybe 50, 60 metres of really decent sort of rock ledgy sort of step-uppy sections, and it was a great section track, but yeah, I can understand why they sort of knocked it over way back in 06, 07 when those fires were ravaging through that area. So trucks get up and down there. But it's all well gone now, so you can get through there, no worries at all. Mixed full driving. How you going there, mate? Damn phone wasn't letting me join. Hope all is well, mate. Yeah, all good. good to see you in here tonight, mate. And thanks very much there for coming in there tonight. Stephen, Bruce, how you going there, guys? Thanks very much for dropping in. Della, g'day, Knackers. How you going? I'm going all right. So, Toyota Land Cruiser, what's the go with the sliders? Can be expensive if you damage your sills. Well, I took them again. The sliders went through losing weight. Yeah, look, I don't see myself sort of damaging sills, but touch wood, you just never know. But yeah, I'll see what happens with that. But I was contemplating putting a set of the genuine alloy steps back on it, making a few changes then. But I've got a set actually out in the shed now for that. But at the moment, I like the look of it as it is. And little bloke like me, I can get in and out of it without the step up. So yeah, the sliders are gone. Yeah, they were probably the best part of probably 40 kilos, I reckon. Probably about 20 kilo aside with those. So yeah, not missing those at all at this stage. But we'll see what happens going forward, mate. And hopefully I don't do what you suggested, go banging sills up now they've come off, because if it's going to happen, that's when it's probably going to do it. So at the moment, yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, so what's going there, mate? I've got a 3-litre GU Patrol, which I'm loving. It's given me a bit of grief, all right, up with the uphills on the road, dropping speeds. Yeah, right. Considering that you have a Patrol 2, any pointers and why this is happening? Well, assuming yours is probably pretty stock standard by the sound of it. Look, mine's got a fair bit done to it now under the bonnet. You know, it's got the bigger cooler, stage 2 turbo upgrade, plus a tune as well. And mine always sort of did struggle too on the road, more so on the road than off-road, you know, going up hills and especially overtaking cars and that sort of stuff. You just have to get a run up more or less if you want to overtake something. But now, oh, look, you know, fourth gear at, you know, 80, 90 k an hour, it's just beautiful. I can overtake, you know, cars and trucks just like that. Plenty of power. So, you know, if you want to maybe send me some messages, maybe we can maybe chat some back and forth and, you know, have a few ideas and, you know, what you could probably look at maybe doing. Because, yeah, I've got the same GU as yours, 3-litre, but, mate, mine's fantastic with the power it's got. Yeah, it's really good. So maybe have a think about that, mate. G'day, Trees Games. G'day, mate. First time tuning in. Thanks very much for coming in there tonight. Greatly appreciate you tuning in. Always good to see some new faces. Look, we've had probably nearly 1,000 new subscribers join the channel since Christmas, so that's always good. Getting some new faces coming on, and great to see them coming in. G'day, Alex. How you going there, mate? Great to see you back. Thanks very much on Sunday nights. Thanks very much, mate. Greatly appreciate you coming in tonight. Mr. Buckaroo, how you going up there from far north Queensland, mate? Hopefully you got through that cyclone up there, all right, mate, and everything's going all right. But I think the weather's getting a bit better up for you up there. But thanks very much for coming in tonight, Bucks. Good to see you, mate. Indian in Melbourne. How are you? I'm going pretty good. Hopefully you're going there good too. G'day, Tyra and Tyron. How are you, mate? Happy New Year. Thanks to you, mate, and all the followers. Thanks very much, guys. Followers with your reduction gear, reduced gears. Do they only apply when you shift from high to low? Yeah, look, the reduction gears only change your low range gearing. High range doesn't change at all, because the high range gearing is exactly the same as for the 2-wheel drive when you're cruising up down the highway. So the gearing's still the same. So it only changes low range. So the whole low range gearing cluster comes out. New cluster goes in with bigger gearing, bigger cogs. So that's why you get that extra low range gearing with the when you do put the reduction gears. And mate, they are feeding them. They're one of the best things I've ever put in. They are sensational. Absolutely love them. So yeah, so there's what's going on with them. Bucker's back. Still reckon the Nissan should have kept the GU with the small V8. Look, mate, I don't know why Nissan Finningham didn't do that with the GU. Why they let Toyota get away with you know, the 79 and the 76 with a baby V8, and how Nissan didn't chuck a baby V8 in the GU Patrol has got me buggered, really, because Finningham, they would not have been able to keep up with demand if they bought that GU out with a standard baby V8 in it. Oh, would be absolute gold. Coils all around, live axle, you know, front and rear. Absolutely would have been sensational, mate. Yeah, it's got me buggered why they never do that, but it's a shame. But plenty of people are doing sort of engine mods and, you know, engine conversion, putting V8s in them, all sorts of stuff. But at the moment, I'm going to stick with my little 3-litre. It's going all right, and absolutely love it. It's a good thing. Patrol Adventures, how you going there, mate? Cheering with Tyrone reduction gears only apply, yeah, they only apply low range. That's correct. What's that, Kamachi? Do you do any group trips at all? pretty short answer to that is no, I don't, mate. I used to do tag-alongs, a few years ago and that sort of stuff, but I got out of those. Yeah, look, the insurance issues make it really, really hard, and that's why I got out of doing tag-along tours, because just the legality side of stuff, it just makes it really, really hard. So that's one reason why I don't do so many tours much anymore these days for those reasons. But, who knows what might happen down the track. So we'll see what happens there, mate. G'day, bangers. How you going there, mate? Good to see you. Buckaroo, bloody wet. Is it wet up there, mate? Well, we actually got a bit of rain, I think, coming in the next few days. We had a fair bit actually last week, but I tell you what, the rain we get, probably nothing to what you guys get. The rain we get wouldn't even wet a newspaper up there. But, yeah, you guys get some pretty crazy weather, and especially this time of year, right smack in the middle of your wet season up there in far north Queensland, that's for sure. But, yeah, hopefully you're staying dry up there, mate, and you're able to get out and do a few trips. G'day, Ross. Have you got a 12-volt set up in mind for your car, mate? I have. Well, 12-volt setup. Just got pretty much a standard dual battery setup there. With those smart solenoids going on from that monitors my second battery, and I've got gauges inside so I can see what's going on there. Look, yeah, my setup's pretty simple, mate, and it's not a rocket science setup, and that's what I probably like about it. And at the end of the day, my 12-volt setup, my second battery, it really the only thing it runs off at full time is the fridge, and that's it. That's all I got going off my second battery full time. I've got the inverter there, when I want to charge up my camera batteries and, that sort of stuff. But, so that's pretty much all that goes on with mine. So I don't need any elaborate, big elaborate, bloody, computerized dual battery setup, because that's all I run. Pretty simple. And then off that, there's not much even running off that, because, the winch runs off the main battery. So it's pretty simple setup, mate. So that's what's going on with my 12-volt setup. G'day, Knucklehead. You're a boss. Thanks very much, brother. Appreciate that, mate. Dazza, how you going? Taxman wants to know, how many cash jobs did you do as a brickie? Do you want to know fair income? I got bugger all. Once GST came in, it absolutely knocked cashies on the head, as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned. But I tell you what, there was a few blokes back in those days getting some big cash jobs. But I tell you what, I missed out on those big time once, especially when GST came in and absolutely knocked all that stuff clean on the head. So that's about answers that one short and straight to the point there, mate. So you can have a yarn of the taxman if you want. G'day, Dan. How are you going there, mate? From up there at Yarrawonga. Hopefully it's going right up there and staying nice and cool. I think a few warm days have been up there, especially in the last week or so. Mark, that's why they're $50 bills are. I don't fit in the Chinese container. Yeah, well, they probably do. Cape is flooded. Yeah, righto. So, plenty of rain going on right up the top there. Chris, no need for elaborate 12-volt setups. And, yeah, as you say, the KISS, mate, keep it simple, stupid. That's right, mate. And it does work well, my setup. And, and it is really simple. And it just works. It charges everything that I need for it. And, so it works an absolute treat. Going forward. So, Michael, it's going there, mate. Good to see you, mate. Thanks very much there for coming in here tonight. Greatly appreciate dropping in. Secret Squirrel, do you still do Brick Lane? Mate, I haven't touched the Brick Lane trail for about 16 months now. This is my longest stint ever. So the only trail I pick up now is the one that's in my camp box that I've used for flipping bacon and eggs in the morning. That's about the only trail I pick up these days. So, I think I'm pretty much done and dusted now with the old bricks. Moving on and loving what I do. So that pretty much covers that one, mate. And, look, I love the Brick Lane days. I did that for close on 30 years and ran my own business for 25 of those years. And, they were fantastic years. And, met some great mates and still mates with a lot of them even still today. And they were really, really good years, the Brick Lane building industry years. Absolutely loved it. And I started that, back in the 1920 sort of thing, went from the apprenticeship and that sort of stuff. But, great days. Absolutely loved it. Really, really good. Knucklehead, best beginners track and trip you might recommend for the high country. I just keep saying that Mansfield side's definitely the way to go. Get over there. There's a lot you can look around and see some amazing country, from Craig's right across to Lovick's Hut and Bluff Hut and all that sort of stuff. Pretty easy touring country, but, geez, you'll see some good stuff too at the same time. So well worth getting over that side. Dave, go on there, mate. Where is the best place to get around Jaffaline, mate? I don't reckon you're ever going to find one. Mine is, it's best part of 25, 30-year-old. So I don't know where you're going to find one. Someone sent me a message just recently. They saw one advertised on eBay or something it was, and it was something like $145 they wanted for this old round one. So yeah, they're pretty hard to get hold of. They're all square these days. And yeah, the old round ones that I used to have 2 of them, so I don't know where the other one's gone, which is a bit of a bugger because yeah, I used to have 2 of those round ones, but I've still got one left, and it's an absolute cracker, mate. So not sure where you're going to find one of them, but mate, maybe search around even some old garage sales. That'd be the go. Some old country garage sales. You might find someone there who might have one lying around an old shed or something. That's about the only place where you're going to find one. But as far as going and buy one in the shop, yeah, pretty limited. You're not going to probably be able to get one like that anyway. Mr. Buckers, how was the Forward of Action crew to work with, mate? Look, the Forward of Action days were absolutely fantastic years. Still stay in touch with Graham and Sean and those guys on social media and that, but they were great years. The whole crew, the film crew, all those guys, Mel and Gav, great people. Still stay in touch with them and it'd be great when we start getting back to the 4-drive shows again and catching up, especially the big one there in Melbourne, because catch up with Graham, Shauno and all the crew there when they come down there. It's the only time we get to see them much these days when they come down here to Melbourne. But yeah, mate, absolutely ripper years. Absolutely loved it. They were really good years. Lou, what's going there, mate? Just done a 10-day trip through the high country from Buckland through to Walhalla. See you camped at Dimmick's Lookout. Pulled up to say hello, but you must have been out filming. Oh, right, must have been that time when I was up there. But yeah, it's a cracking spot, and that's a good trip you've done from Buckland right across to Walhalla. You would have covered some amazing country there, mate. Ripper trip. And that Dimmick's Lookout, how good's that place? Fitting that viewpoint from up there, it's absolute knockout. Well worth checking out if you haven't been up there, anyone. Go, Bruce. Big fella, how are you, mate? Big fella. You got a round one the same. There you go. There's one floating around. But yeah, there's that. Someone sent me a message and he reckons he saw them advertised for $145 for the old round ones. I don't know what the square ones are, but I'm tipping they're not brand new ones for $145 in the shop. So they're pretty sought after because they're an absolutely damn good thing. Don't stick. They're really good. Work a treat for cooking the old toasted sandwich out there in the bush. Go, Matt. Don't tell my boss, but I'm hitting the hills for 2 weeks. If things go to plan, well, no worries, mate. We're not going to say anything. I don't think anyone's going to go say anything, mate. But hey, you've done the dash now. If your boss is watching, well, you're already done. So you may as well better get going now before he calls you back, I reckon, in case he does call you back. Bangers, any updates on the 2 missing people in the valley? No, mate. Wouldn't have a clue what's going on there. Really unusual case, that is for sure. So, yeah, mate, still where it was whenever it was. That's on 12 months ago now, about March, or getting on 12 months, March when that all went happening. But yeah, really unusual what's going on down there, that's for sure. Secret Skrill on eBay for around Jaffaline, but they are expensive. There you go. That was there you go. Told me about one, yeah, going for $100 plus, yeah. $100 plus for the old round Jaffaline. How good's that? Maybe I'll better hang on to my old Jaffaline. So, yeah. G'day, big fella. How are you, mate? And Bruce, you can have mine for $100 plus postage. There you go. There's one for sale. If someone wants to buy one, go on there for sale. $100 plus postage. There you go. Big fella. Check eBay for the round ones, yeah, or second-hand ones. That's the go. Dave McCormick, how many years you film with the Forward of Action crew? Did you ever eat Shauno's food? Actually, Shauno didn't do a great. Shauno, I didn't do much with Shauno. Did the first couple with Ruthie, and pretty much Ruthie did a lot of cooking back in those days. And yeah, Ruthie's food was pretty good. But I started with the Action crew back in about 2010-11. It was. So yeah, and did a number of DVDs, mainly around the high country, went in New South Wales and Wadigans and those sort of places up and around Queensland, that too. So yeah, really good years. Good fun. But yeah, didn't do actually any with Shauno, with Graham and Jamie, and yeah, so the few early years with Ruthie and Gleno. Yeah, good years. Loved it. Great fun. Chad, the missus is lucky enough to watch your videos when I have them on the TV. Good to see them on the TV. That'd be pretty cool watching them on there. She wants to know, how do you drink your coffee so hot? Well, it's funny, a few people sort of say that, how you sort of drink. Well, it's actually tea I'm drinking, but same thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem with getting it down to right, straight out of the billy. Bit of milk in it. It's not overly sort of milky up either, because I like a bit of a strong brew. So yeah, mate, just get it down, and it goes down all right. Alex, have you filmed at Mount Terrible? Do you know, I haven't been up to Mount Terrible for bloody years, mate. I haven't been up there actually since the hut was rebuilt. So yeah, need to get back up that side for back up there. But the few times when I went up there, mainly over winter, is to get some reasonable snow up there when the conditions are right. But yeah, Mount Terrible is a great spot, good views. So yeah, must get back over that side and have a bit of a check out too when we get the time. Mark, geez, I've got 2 of the Ranjaffelines. Didn't realise how much they cost. There you go. They're about 50-year-old. Well, mine are in the same. My ones I've got in the same category as yours, mate. And yeah, they're an absolute cracker. So hang on to it, mate. Hang on to it. Chris, any plans to go trips further and far from the high country? Yeah, look, I do want to do some more interstate stuff. Border track is certainly one I was going to do last year, but in March, but COVID put an end to that. But I'm going to do some trips into New South Wales starting in March. So hopefully the border crossings are all well and truly open by then. Apparently you can't get across the river at Tongrogan into across the Murray River at Tongrogan at the moment. Some big concrete bollards on both sides of the crossing there, stopping people getting across. So hopefully they should be hopefully lifted and the borders will be back open, that crossing will be back open come March. But yeah, I want to do a fair few up through there. So that's what I'm sort of heading for. Come March, all going well. Why would you want to draw that? We have a stock 4-drive and are saving for adding for mods one by one. That's to go. Yeah, just save them up, put them on as you can. We like to drive the high country when the tracks are dry. Any advice? I've got a good video on my channel there, mate, on sort of top 10 tips for setting up a 4-drive with mods and that sort of stuff, and maybe have a check out on that one. But yeah, good idea if you're just starting out, mate. Yeah, get out when the tracks are probably a little bit drier. Maybe look at doing a 4-drive course, whether you're getting with a 4-drive club or something like that. But I'm not sure where you're based, what state you're in, but there's some good 4-drive course you can go and do, and good way of getting to know your vehicle. And with you'll have an instructor there beside you, sort of getting you through it. So there's some good ideas there too, mate. Have a think about that with going forward. Luke, are you still laying bricks? No, mate, they're gone at the moment so far. The bricks have been put away. Still got my tool bucket out in the shed there, my level and stuff, and getting a few cobwebs on at the moment. But yeah, mate. So at the moment, yeah, not doing much in the way of laying bricks at all. So yeah, pretty happy about that. G'day, Steve. How are you going, there, mate? In New South, hopefully everything's going all right. You met some great people on the forward of action. You're not talking yourself up here, are you, Steve? Looks like you are. When you're in that category of meeting some great people, but I did, mate. You're an absolutely cracking bloke, and we need to catch up again some stage. When you come down here or come up here, it would be good to see you again, mate. Been a long time, actually, probably been since it's been a good number of years since we last caught up. But yeah, mate, be good to catch up, no doubt about that. Stanley. Graham was in good. Still watch his videos when they come up. Yeah, look, Graham's got some good stuff going on there. Those solo trips that he does, they're absolutely amazing. The trips he's doing there, very, very well put together. Yeah, he's doing some good stuff, that's for sure. So yeah, well worth checking out Graham's stuff. But yeah, look, still chat with those guys when we get the chance. If we see them at the shows, and chat to them on social media and stuff like that when we can. X4 driving, it's going there, mate. From memory. You did a vid with Graham, Jamie, and Steve. Yeah, with Mud Ducks Touring, we did. Yeah, in the Wattigans, that's right. And I'm heading there tomorrow. Well, don't go busting anything because yeah, the Wattigans is pretty renowned, depending on what tracks you're doing. But yeah, we did do a few trips here with Steve and Karen from Mud Ducks. Yeah, they were planning to come down here in February, March this year, but unfortunately with everything going on, they've not been able to get down here. So they put their trip on hold, but they might still get down. We'll see how we go, because it'd be good to catch up with them when they get down here. Edward, best base camp for hybrid vans. Look, there's so many places, mate, anywhere along that sort of Sheepyard Flat, all the way through the Harker River there. Great places there to base camp. Getting there very, very easily. Italian Flat out of Dargo is another reason one to get into. Again, depends what your tow vehicle's like. That sort of thing. But yeah, any of those places along the Harker River out of Mansfield there, really nice spots. Try and stay away from the busy weekends if you can. That Mansfield side gets pretty hammered over the big weekends and the busy times of holidays, but an off weekend, that sheepyard floating anywhere through the Harper River there, a number of spots there, absolutely magic spots. So well worth checking them out for sure. Going forward, Border is opening tomorrow. Yeah, actually, right, because Border shuts the opposite to the Vic High Country. So Border track is closed during the Border's open. He's saying, right, I think talking about Border track because Border track is actually shut at the moment. But Border's opening tomorrow. Well, there we go. So my trip up to New South might be good. I won't go up there for February, too bloody hot, but I'll wait till probably March. Really nice time of year to go up through there and check out the snowies up through there. Dan, Border's block come down yesterday. Yeah, righto. So it's still shut off. That's no good. So hopefully all going to get bug open. But someone up there is already saying it's going to be open tomorrow. So see how we go with all that. Because you're right up there on the border there at Yarrawonga. So, you probably know what's happening up there, that's for sure. G'day, guys. How we doing there, mate? It's all going good. Favourite camp oven feed? Favourite camp oven feed? Oh, it's endless. I mean, that rack of lamb I did one of my recent videos, that was a bit of knockout. That was anything great, but can't go past, lamb roast, lamb shanks, that sort of thing. I haven't done a lot of roast beef, so I'm not a big one for roast beef. They dry out fair bit. I think it's a bit of an actor cooking a good roast beef, but probably have a crack at one of them. But anything in that lamb range, marinated, just absolutely knockout. The old lamb shanks, can't go past them. They're fantastic. Really like them. Ross, if you won the lotto, what new 4-drive would you buy? Well, I get asked a bit about, what would I buy if I was, won the lotto or something like that. But I don't know. For what I do, what do I replace it with? I've got such a capable vehicle, and the suspension setup in mine, coils all round and front and rear, live axles. I don't know. There's nothing much better setup than that. So I don't know. I would fitting them. I'm just going to stick with my GU. It's a great thing. It's well set up for what I do. So you know what? I probably wouldn't go replacing it at this stage, but who knows? At the moment, still stick with me Mighty GU, mate. Even if I won the lotto tomorrow, I'd still stick with me Mighty GU because it's just an absolute cracker. Great rig. Love it. How are we going there, mate? Going there good. Favourite Queensland tracks? I haven't done a lot around Queensland apart from, Waddingans and Fraser Island, Moreton Island, been to Cape once before. Need to get back up there again at some stage. You've got to score to settle with Cape York because I've been to the tip, but the old trial hasn't been there. It's only been halfway up. So, you've got to score to settle with Cape York. We'll have to get back up there at some stage and get the Mighty Patrol up onto the beach there at Cape York and out to that sign would be somewhere down the track, I reckon. But we'll see how we go with that going forward. Mixed for all driving, just basic camping, hiking planned. That's nice, mate. Haven't met Kaz yet, but caught up with Steve. Yeah, look, they're great people, mate. Stay in touch with Steve and Kaz a lot. Follow his channel there, see what's going on there. He's always got something going on. But try and catch up with them. And he'll certainly show you around the Waddingans, that's for sure. He knows that area up there really, really well. Chad, winter camping versus summer camping, what do you think is better? I'm like, I'll take the high country any time of year. It doesn't matter if it's winter, summer. It just all depends on what you're going out there for. Summer's great. The weather's nice and warm. Daylight savings is on. The tracks are dry. Sit in the rivers, all that sort of stuff. Have a few beers in the rivers. So summer's great, but winter time, can't beat the high country during winter either. When it's covered in snow camping out in the snow, driving in the snow. It's I couldn't really say one way or the other what's better as far as what I like to get out there for. Because they're both great, but just different times and different reasons why you go out there at those times of the year. So that's pretty much about where I'm at with that one, mate. But we'll get rid of these last couple here. When is a good time of year and where to camp in the snow? The snow's so hit and miss, mate, and especially generally supposed to start sort of around that anything in May. It can get some early decent snow in May. June and July can be very hit and miss. It seems to get later and later. The best time now to start thinking about a snow trip, especially if you're not from down here, if you're coming down, you want to try and get some snow, is getting into August. It seems to be the best time of year when for doing any snow trips and snow driving and camping. August is generally the go. But any earlier than that, unless you can go at the drop of a hat, like just got to, if they're forecasting, decent snow down to 600-700 tomorrow, well, you just got to go tomorrow or the next few days. But to try and plan a snow trip, weeks and say a month or two in advance and expect to get snow sort of around that May, June, July, your chances are you may not get it. So it's really hard to plan it, especially for those people that sort of don't live down here, for those times. So, but if you want to try and plan one, I'd be leaving it till very, very late July and August. August, September seem to be the good times when there's generally a good day still sitting around for those times of year. So that's when I'd be sort of looking to go if you're not from down here. Who's your favourite? Who's my favourite Spice Girl? Well, I don't think I've got any Spice Girl music going on in my little collection there, mate. But I don't know. I haven't probably got a favourite Spice Girl going on there. I think they're making a bit of a comeback, I've sort of heard. Well, not that I'd know. Maybe you might be able to tell me if they're making a comeback. But, see what happens with that one. Do you ever hunt or hunt your own food? No, I don't do much in the way of hunting style, mate. I might do a bit of fishing sort of going forward, but that's probably about it. But yeah, look, I know plenty of people, plenty of deer shooters and that sort of stuff that are out there, doing their stuff and hunting. But yeah, I don't do any hunting. I just like to get out there and do what I do, and that's about where I'm at with it all. But so don't do any hunting sort of at all with that one. Steve, it's going, mate. 117 watching you and only 38 thumbs. That's all right, mate. It's only early stages, mate. We'll get into it as we go forward. So yeah. So we're going to start wrapping this up, and Leanne's dropped in there. Always, lamb is his must-have for camping. Absolutely, yeah. Roast lamb in the camp oven. You can't go too far wrong there. And but that's about it. Righto, guys. We'll wrap this one up. It's been a cracking chat. Been yakking to you guys for 3/4 an hour now. Some good feedback going there. Great seeing you guys again after 6 weeks since we last chatted you in 2020. Let's all have a good year, and now let's roll on every Sunday night, 7:30. Tune in here, same bat time, bat channel, and we'll catch up with you guys next week. So, have a good week. I've got a big week planned up. We'll see how it all pans out. In the meantime, thumbs up, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you all next week. Hooroo. Where are we down here?